matcha. Today is Saturday. I am alone for the whole day and I have decided that today was gonna be the best day ever. I just want to do all my favorite things. I've just made my little matcha, had a very nice little slow morning, had a delicious breakfast, and the sun is actually out as well, which was not expected. It was supposed to be raining and grey, so if that's not a sign for it to be the best day ever, I don't know what is. So yeah, it's basically gonna be a day filled with all my favorite things, and I thought I will take you along with me. I'm probably gonna go book shopping because I just finished my book, obviously reading, eating delicious food, just cute Persian vibes, like everything we love. I am itching to go outside because it's sunny and I'm scared it's not gonna last, but there is something I want to do first. Because it's Easter weekend, I want to try and bake some hot cross buns. I've never done it before. It's not really a thing we have in France at all, actually. You don't really see it in supermarkets and stuff, but they're delicious. So I'm gonna try and do it. And I thought I probably should start this morning because the dough needs to raise and then I can go out, do my little things, come back and bake it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna take my little matcha with me and drink it while I do some baking. I keep finding good recipes, but a lot of them don't use dry yeast, which is what I'm using, like the one I have to rehydrate. And I think that's the part that scares me the most because I have done it wrong in the past and it just messes up the whole recipe. I want to find a good recipe that explains well how to do this. And then a lot of recipes are actually written from Americans, so like all the measurements are in cups and I don't know cups, so I'm gonna have to translate what cups is in grams, I guess. The only thing I have to measure is this. I don't have a little scale, so it's gonna be kind of a DIY recipe, I guess.
I've got all my ingredients weighed out and ready. First of all...
How cute! It's a little grandma teaching me how to make hot cross buns. So I'm definitely gonna trust her and I'm gonna follow that recipe. Because if you don't trust a grandma to give you a nice baking recipe, then who can you trust in that world? So let's just do that and blame it on her if it doesn't work. Ugh, she doesn't use dry yeast, so I'm just gonna find a tutorial on how to use dry yeast and then I'll adapt and keep following her recipe. And for spices, I was kind of looking at what I have and I have some like Christmas spices, which I think will do. It's like, yeah, for gingerbread and stuff. And then I have some cinnamon, so I think I'm gonna be doing a bit of a mix of both and hope for the best. Oh, and also I don't really like dry fruits in cakes, so I'm gonna, well, although I know it's not a cake, but I don't love dry fruit, so I'm gonna use some black chocolate chunks instead. Ready to go outside now, and I thought I could show you my little morning skincare routine because I feel like there is a few different products from the last one I've done last autumn. I always start my skincare routine with some kind of like floral water, and I like to change. This one is rose. I love the rose one. It reminds me of my mom because she puts rose floral water on her face every morning, so it's a very comforting smell. Then I usually add any kind of like hyaluronic acid serum, and this one is the one from Aven. I didn't find it better than the ones I was using before, to be honest. I bought it when I was in Australia. I'm honestly quite nervous about my hot cross buns. I don't know how they're gonna look. So I've left the dough to rise and I'm gonna go out and come back later, and I probably will buy some more flour on my way. I think it was still a bit too wet. So yeah, that way I can add some flour at the end. It's gonna be a big suspense because I have made things like cinnamon rolls and stuff before and thought I was messing it up and it turned out good. So, and then I'm using this little serum from Haru Haru Wonder, which is a Korean skincare brand. I think it kind of helps with like dark spots and stuff. And I actually feel like my dark spots on my nose are looking a lot better since I'm using it, so I'm quite happy with it. Then I use a little face cream. This one is from an organic brand I didn't know before. That's the first time I'm trying that one, called Andro, and it's been quite good. It's actually a bit light for me right now because my skin is so dry. I kind of vary between this one and actually that one, which is the cream I use for my tattoo, but because, yeah, when I came back from the trip, my skin was just so dry, I was actually putting this, and I put that at night just to have like a thick cream. But because I'm gonna put some sunblock, I'm gonna use the lighter one for now. And then something I like to do before or while putting my sunblock is some gua sha. I found this one in Australia and I'm obsessed with the metallic style of it. I think it looks really, really nice. And so for my sunblock, I went back to the Beauty of Choosing one, which is such a good sunblock. If you don't know it, it's also Korean, and honestly, it's one of the best sunblock I've ever tried. And I do put some every day, even when it's cloudy. And I put quite a bit of it. And because it takes quite a while for it to penetrate the skin, that's kind of when at the end I kind of do my gua sha. And so I always start with preparing my lymphatic nodes here, just around the clavicle. I'm not a professional, I literally just watch videos about it, and I know that's how you have to start, just to kind of activate your lymph. Right, so now I'm gonna do a bit of makeup, just something very simple. Wear a nice little outfit because today I'm dating myself, like I was saying. Okay, so I'm ready. I am quite lazy to do something with my hair, so I think I'm just gonna leave them like this. I'm wearing the most simple little outfits, which is blue jeans that have a little turn here and a little black t-shirt. This floor is so squeaky. So I'm gonna go out now. I'm gonna go to one of my favorite little English bookshop in Paris, and I think I'm gonna walk there, even though I think it's a good like 50-minute walk or something. Okay, so I'm gonna walk there, but it's about an hour walk so that's okay. I might get some lunch on the way or a little coffee and lunch on the way back because it's almost midday. The bookshop is called Galignani and you should 100% go and check it out if you're in Paris because it's such a beautiful one. They have such nice books. And so yeah, I'm gonna go to the bookshop, maybe get some lunch or a little coffee, and maybe if I still have strength in me on the way back, I might stop in a shop like H&M Home because we need some little placemats for our table, and no idea what kind of book I'm going for either, so all very exciting. Let's just do it. I've got my new book, I've got a little sandwich, the birds are chirping. I'm in a little park. I even have a view on the Eiffel Tower, look at this. So I'm just gonna chill here, start my new book, and have my sandwich. I just got home, and before I go back to my little hot cross buns and try and finish it, I thought I could show you what I got. I stopped in H&M Home on the way back, and I found the nicest fitted sheet I've ever seen, I think. Like, hello, how beautiful is this? There is actually a duvet cover that exists, but they didn't have it in the shop. And like such a nice little bedding for spring as well. But already in fitted sheets, it's just gonna be so nice. I'm so looking forward to sleeping in those, and I think I'm just gonna put them in the wash right now so I can put them tonight on the bed. And then I also got what I went there for, which is little placemats. I actually really hesitated for a while because I didn't know whether to take something colorful or to take something very plain like beige or something. But then I was like, life is more fun with colors. So I got this. And as you saw, I also got a new book, which is Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. It's a book I've had on my TBR for quite a while. I've never read anything from Joan Didion. I know she's a lot of people's favorite, so I'm very excited to read it. It sounds really interesting, and it's about a woman in her 30s. Well, I can just read it for you. In her early 30s, divorced from her husband, dislocated from friends, anesthetized to pain and pleasure, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, is a woman who has run out of both desires and motives. The epitome of a generation made ill by too much freedom. I thought it sounded really interesting, so I'm really looking forward to read that. And also, the writing is so beautiful. I really like the font. It's really giving like old typewriter. I think I'm gonna try and finish my hot cross bun now. I bought some flour as well, so let's do that. And then I can just chill out, read my new book, maybe do some crochet as well. Whoa! This is like 3 times the size of what it was when I left it. I am very happy. Okay, let's finish the recipe. So I'm about to taste test my hot cross bun. They actually look pretty nice. The crust went away when I started cooking it, which is a shame. It doesn't really look like hot cross bun because the crust is missing. And then for the glazing, I saw a website that was using apricot jam for it, and I was like, that's actually quite a good idea because glazing is made of sugar anyway. But it didn't have apricot jam, so I used, I think it's like blueberry jam that I have. So that's why it's looking a bit pink. So it's kind of like revisited hot cross buns. But you know, it looks pretty delicious to me, so I'm kind of excited. Let's try it. And I made a little decaf coffee to have with it. Alright, let's try this. The bottom has overcooked a little bit. So actually the bottom is quite dry. Let's try the top one instead. So moist. Honestly, I'm pretty pleased. I was really scared it was not gonna be nice. I think it could have a bit more air in it, and the chocolate makes it very different than a typical hot cross buns. I think it's quite nice, quite fluffy. So honestly, could be improved, but for first I think I'm pretty pleased with myself. A few weeks ago I started a little crochet project, which is a bucket hat with this yarn that is like gradient and has different colors. That's why it has different colors. It's still too small. So I think I need to keep going a bit more. Hopefully it'll be nice, but I think I'm not too far from finishing, so I'm gonna put some music, light up a candle, and do a bit of crochet. Have a bit of a cozy time. I got into very comfy clothes. I just lit a little candle. I made myself a warm drink and I keep doing my little crochet for a bit, and then I might read my new book. Just probably spend the next hour just doing this kind of wind down, relaxing activities that just recharge me, and it's really the kind of activities that I love the most and that I don't necessarily take the time to do during the week. So I just finished my little crochet hat and I'm actually really happy. I was not expecting it to look cute like this. I love it. I think it's so cute, and I love that there is different colors, and at the end you might not be able to see well because of the light, but at the end it's actually a bit yellow. And I actually really wanted to buy one that was like this, where the edges were a bit like this, like kind of coming back up like this. But I made it myself. This is the nicest little filling. Also, I have washed the fitted sheet and it's dry now because it was sunny for a bit. So it had time to dry, and I think I'm actually gonna put it now because I really want to see how nice it is, and it's gonna be so nice to wake up tomorrow, Sunday, with very beautiful little fitted sheets. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm obsessed, it's so nice. I usually would take like a duvet cover that has things on it, but then a plain fitted sheet, but it's quite nice to have the opposite as well. I usually don't do that, and I think it's actually quite nice. I didn't change the pillowcases and duvet cover because we had literally changed it a few days ago. The little placemats also dry, so it's looking quite nice. I'm quite happy with my choice. Our table is so small that literally just the two placemats almost do the length of the table, but I think it's quite nice. Finn is back, he's making us dinner, having a little glass of wine while waiting for dinner. Going back to my little crochet hat, I'm actually really happy with it. I want to find a new project now, but I don't really know what else I could do. So if you have any ideas on what I could do, I'm thinking maybe a bag. It's a really cool little hobby, and I don't know, it's very relaxing, it's really nice. I really want to get into knitting as well. I just had a shower, I moisturized, and hopped in bed in our nice new sheets. And what am I hearing outside? Freaking rain. Because can it be a perfect day without rain when you hop in bed? I don't think so. And this makes me the happiest little soul on earth. The sound of rain is just my favorite sound ever, especially when I'm in bed. It's just universe hearing me and being like, you want to have a good day, Jan? Here, rain for you. So that's very nice. I think tonight we're gonna watch a little movie, which actually we don't watch a lot of movies anymore, nor like or a lot of shows, because we really got into reading in the evening, which is a good habit to have. But it also means that we're missing on a lot of good shows, I think. And like every time I'm like, really want to watch, you know, current shows that everyone's talking about, but also really into my book, and I really love reading just before going to sleep. But because we kind of both just finished our current books and barely started new ones, we're gonna watch a little movie tonight. And also because I just finished reading Jane Eyre, I am really keen to watch the movie, which I know is risky because a lot of adaptations are usually worse. Like, the movies are usually worse than the books. But if there is a movie made from a book I read, I usually kind of want to watch it. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. I think we found it on Amazon Prime or something, and then call it a night. I hope you enjoyed following along for this little day in my life, this little perfect day. Honestly, it was the nicest thing. I really recommend spending a day doing all your favorite things. I really enjoyed myself. And also, like, dating yourself, just spending quality time with yourself, even if you don't have plans. Like, dating yourself or spending time alone is a plan in itself. So, like, saying you have no plans when you have planned to spend time with yourself is not putting yourself first. I don't know if I'm being very clear here, but I guess you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. And I will see you next Sunday for a new vlog. Bye!